The dream of connecting the City of Angels to Sin City has been delayed yet again. The latest news with Brightline and more coming up in... Like the new intro? Like this video as well. It helps us with the algorithm and lets others know about true solutions for America's infrastructure woes. A big shout out to our sponsors and fellow passengers on Patreon, which keeps this train speeding forward and also gives you access to goodies, merch, and perks like early access, behind the scenes, and private chats. Thank you. On board to the news. Brightline West has been delayed again, mainly due to economic reasons. The bond sale of close to $2.4 billion would enable the high-speed rail line to construct the first phase of Las Vegas down to Victorville at speeds of over 200 miles per hour. The sale of these private activity bonds, both in Nevada and California, would have started later this year, if it wasn't for that meddling economy and its pesky little pandemic. The USA has been stumbling to bring back its economy to the time before the coup, and private investors have been antsy to get back to business as usual. Well, unless it's gobbling up whatever affordable housing is left for millennials and the dying throes of dog coins that have infected crypto. Not all is doom and gloom, as the date for the initial sale is being pushed back to next year of 2022. According to Ben Porritt, spokesman for Brightline, he said, quote, "The Brightline West team has made significant progress during the past year as California and Nevada dealt with the historic pandemic. We are working with a number of partners and have great support in Nevada and California. COVID has impacted just about everyone, including our cooperating agencies, and as a result, we've shifted our timeline for this request to 2022. Private activity bonds are a great way to enable private sector investment to modernize America's passenger rail infrastructure at both the federal and state level, and we expect they will play a meaningful role in the success of this project." A meeting back in May between the House Subcommittee on Rail in D.C. and the big players in the high-speed rail industry included Mark Reininger, CEO from Brightline, who opined on the greater need for a reduction in red tape and an increase in funding avenues such as private-public partnerships, which could make it easier for these sorely needed passenger rail projects to come to reality. Brightline's initial express rail project in Florida is more than halfway done with the second phase of construction between Cocoa and Orlando, and is looking to restart service between Miami and West Palm Beach in Q4 of this year. While not technically high-speed rail, the trains will run at a max speed of 125 miles an hour and average around 80 miles per hour the full way through, making it the fastest train in America by average speed and connecting Miami to Orlando in less than 3 hours beginning in 2023. Brightline created its spin-off, Brightline West, back in 2018 after acquiring Express West, the previous company pinning hopes on a privatized high-speed rail line to eventually connect Las Vegas to LA proper. Should Brightline West complete its bond sales in 3 years of construction as planned, it could start service as early as 2025, becoming America's first truly high-speed rail service and outpacing both Texas Central Railway and California's own California High-Speed Rail Authority by a number of years. That would be quite ironic that the Florida Man Company got its coconuts together before the Californian did in its own backyard. Let us know what you think about that in the comments below. Although progress out west has not been as steady as hoped, news in the Sunshine State has been, well, sunnier. This week as well, Brightline released a timeline of its Phase 3 extension to Tampa, which will begin construction by 2025. We'll share more news on that in our weekly live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight on Saturday. Get on board that for a good night of fun, news, and even call-ins, where I and other esteemed club members from around the world share thoughts and answer your questions on passenger rail in America. Make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell so you can be on time when the next train arrives. Thank you for riding on this episode of Fast News, presented by the American Rail Club. See you on board next time.